Hello everyone, this is CJ Novo 992 and today we are back from a brand new video. Today's video we are here to break down, react and discuss Rangers absolutely stuffing Hibs rotten. Seriously, every single one of these Hibs players will not be able to enjoy their Christmas dinner because every single time they look at the plate they'll think of what Rangers just done to them. I know what you're thinking, Christmas pun complete. And you're bloody damn right, ladies and gentlemen. That was an utter complete performance from the Glasgow Rangers. But before we go any further on, just a quick shout out to this month's sponsor, OneFootball. They are the channel legends. They are sponsoring the channel. So if you want a wee bit of extra football content, as always, the link for that is down there in the description below. But we have a game of football to break down and discuss. So let's just get to it then, shall we? And what's weird to think about now, knowing the way the game actually went, is before the ball was kicked, I was actually like, fair play to Hibs, you know what I mean? They're actually going for it. They're not playing ultra defensive. They're being as brave against us as they were against Celtic at Parkhead a couple of days ago. Fair dues, Hibs. That's what was in the brain. Then I saw what happened the rest of the game and I realised there's nothing changed about this Hibs team, ladies and gentlemen. They're just dressed up, fancier, flair, hammer throwers. But what brings me so much joy to be able to sit here and tell you is we refused to let them dictate the game. From the very first whistle, we went after them constantly. And you saw that with how quickly we took the lead in the game of football. We were not giving them a bit of space at all, chasing every ball, closing down every man, and that's exactly how we got the first goal. It's a simple back pass back to the goalkeeper, who normally is very, very good. By the way, I do actually rate this goalkeeper, but Dilly's a bit too long. Joe Aribo's right on him like a flash. It gets a sort of knock on with the ball, and the ball drops to Ryan Kent outside the box. First time. I know there's a lot of people blaming the goalkeeper and saying it's completely his fault, and yes, he did get caught, but let's not take none away from this finish from Ryan Kent, who is still under a bit of scrutiny. Every single time there's a Rangers game, oh, Ryan Kent this, Ryan Kent that. The man stepped up first time in the first couple of minutes without even a sighter and buried it into the back of the net. Beautiful. I don't know what that was. I don't care if I'm keeping it in. Are we? Now, as cringy and embarrassing as that just was for both of us, experiencing that, what came next from the Glasgow Rangers was certainly not cringy or embarrassing. It was one of the best goals that I've seen under Steven Gerrard so far. The movement and the build-up is tremendous. You've got Ryan Jack heavily evolved. You've got Aribo coming and getting it. The nice little 1-2. Aribo hits a nice little reverse pass into Ryan Jack, and Ryan Jack doesn't rush it, doesn't try and put it in a dangerous area. It gets his head up, which I think a lot of players don't do enough when they are out wide, but he does it. He lifts his head just like he did against Porto. He finds the man, and the finish for Joe Aribo just sums up his overall performance. Perfection. Now, something I noticed when watching the second goal back is the perfect summary of this entire game of football. If you want to know everything what happened in this game of football, go and look at that second goal. It's got everything within it. You've got the brilliance, you've got the attacking flair of Rangers playing football the right way. Then in the opposite side of the spectrum, you've got Hibs just running and absolutely nailing Jermaine Defoe. More interested in trying to hurt players than actually playing football. It's got everything within the goal, but obviously that was ignored by the referee. He didn't even speak to the guy. Obviously you're going to want to play advantage because we scored, but at least talk to the guy who just nailed Jermaine Defoe off the ball. But the referee wasn't interested and he just let it build and build and build. But before we go any further down this rabbit hole and speak about the obvious explosion that happened in the game that I know a lot of people want to discuss, there were some good footballing moments still from the Glasgow Rangers, and you still had another fantastic goal to break down as well. But before we speak about the second half, there's one other little moment I want to talk about because it was just brilliant to see Rangers playing like this. Honestly, it was one of the best performances I've seen under Steven Gerrard, and you saw it in the move that nearly brought Joe Aribo the second goal. Everyone's sort of involved, everyone's building, everyone's going forward with the ball. The ball eventually drops to Ryan Kent outside the box. He does a nice little shimmy, makes one of the defenders commit. He then finds a beautiful weighted pass into Joe Aribo. To be fair to the Hibs defence, I think he actually gets a deflected little touch on it. It just takes it slightly from Joe Aribo, but Aribo gets there, he reads it, takes a touch, and he forces a fantastic save from Marciano, who's obviously making up from the early mistake for the first goal. But that little moment right there summed up everything we're trying to do, and that's play football the right way. Did I mean that to rhyme? Not really, but am I sad about it? Yeah. Moment to half-time, there was a couple other very good moments from Rangers, but there was no third goal. So we go into half-time just a wee bit nervous. Only us Rangers fans could watch a 45 minutes so breathless and see a team just utterly dominating the other, yet still going to half-time with our bums nipping. Let's be honest, we were all like, oh, we've seen this story before, just a couple of weeks ago versus Aberdeen. We needed to come out, we needed to dominate, and we needed to get the next goal. And in typical Rangers fashion, they did give us a wee bit of scare within the first couple of minutes, with Hibs looking like they were going to take the ascendancy at the start of the second half, but that was quickly died down within 8 minutes of the second half with Jermaine Defoe showing his class and ability once again. The ball's dropping down to him, his first touch is immaculate, his second touch is even better, and he buries it into the bottom corner. A phenomenal goal from a phenomenal goal scorer. There's no one better inside the box than Jermaine Defoe, and he continues to show that if we are good enough, if we create the chances, he will put them away, and if he starts, he scores. The stats suggest it. And that goal right there from Jermaine Defoe actually moves on to be joint top goal scorer in the SPFL. Not too shabby Alonso from Mr. Jermaine Defoe, and I was delighted for him, but you saw his reaction. He just lives on goals. He's been patient behind an unbelievable Alfredo Morelos, but he showed once again, if we rely on him, if we need him, he will be there. And in truth, the third goal sort of killed the game of football, because it not only killed the spirits within the Hibs players who just gave up after that, but also killed the Hibs fans who well and truly gave up, because the majority of them all quickly left after the third goal went in. So you think to yourself, 3-0 up away at Easter Road, which is never ever an easy place to go, but with the game dead, the crowd dead, the Hibs players gave up, it should just be smooth sailing for here. However, that did not happen, as a couple of the Hibs players decided to spit the dummy well and truly, including Ryan once again, who utterly shows what a fan dan he is with a horrific challenge. I mean, the 10 is well and truly there to try and hurt Bonnebear Barisic. It's a horrific challenge, and what's even more disgusting is the fact that the Hibs bench was up in arms trying to defend the challenge. What a disgusting, rancid ran club if that is something you want to get up and try and back and try and defend. There's no place for that in the game of football. It's a disgusting challenge. It's a potential career ender, and it was simply because they were getting utterly outclassed that they decided to try and hurt someone. And as if the challenge and the handbags that was happening off the park wasn't bad enough, you then had a couple Hibs fans throwing objects at Barisic. That is simply embarrassing and pure tin pot. Every single one of them who done that has done nothing but embarrass the entire Scottish game, and it wasn't as if it was just a pie and everything like that. Like, that seems to be alright because they've not defended that happening in the past when it happened against Tavernier. They continue to ignore it, they continue to do it, so it's simply elevating. There was literally glass bottles flung at Barisic today. When is something going to actually be done, instead of just laughing it off and throwing stuff out saying, no, we're not going to look into someone throwing objects at a player? And not only am I pissed off, I'm absolutely embarrassed for the Hibs fans that actually just go there to support their team. Can you imagine that being within your support, throwing glass bottles at players? Something needs to be done there, lads. I don't know how you're feeling about it. Maybe you can share your opinions down there in the comment section below. If you want to say, no, there was no glass bottles thrown, if you want to try and bury your head in that sand, ladies and gentlemen, the evidence is all there, and it's disgusting to look at. The only thing left to say about this incident, by the way, is the fact that Hibs are that bad that their fans can't even hit a stationary target. They can't hit the target on or off the park. That is how bad they are. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time talking about this referee, but he was kind of utterly garbage. Yes, he got the red card right, but the Naismith one, he's staring right at it. He can quite clearly see it goes right on Barisic. He studs him right down. He's already on a booking. He should have at least been booked and sent off, but the referee bricked himself. So, again, there is clear problems within the Scottish game. And if this VAR thing is true, that they are investigating that, bringing this into the league, there's going to be a lot of changes within the officials in the game, because they're simply not good enough. They're no protecting players. They're no stopping things dead before they can turn and escalate into what they do. There's a clear problem in the Scottish football, and nearly every single official needs an overhaul. Genuinely, that is how bad it is. But I'm not going to talk about too much negative stuff, because that was a fantastic performance, and I know the red card, I know the stupid fans who threw objects are going to take the headlines, but let's not forget how well we played at Easter Road, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we should take away from this game of football. We played some brilliant stuff. We played football the right way, and that is what we should remember. Every single one of the players stepped up. They were strong, they were positive on the ball, and every single one of them played well. Let's be honest. With that being said, however, there was a couple of players that just played up to another notch, and I'm going to keep this one mega short and mega condensed, simply because how late it is at night, and by the time this video gets posted, I don't want you sitting up all night to watch it. But I thought Joe Aribo was simply incredible. That Joe Aribo right there, I hope we see him every single week, and to be fair, we've seen him the last couple of weeks. He's been fantastic. Long may that continue. I thought it was Ryan Kent's best performance in a very long time. So sharp, the link-up play, the cleverness, them two working together is just beautiful to watch, and it's going to tear defences apart. I thought Jermaine Defoe was quite clever and very strong on the ball, but my other player I wanted to mention, and I'm not just mentioning because I absolutely love the guy, Ryan Jack. What a performance. Let's not forget he got an assist in this game as well, but every single time Hibs dared going into our half, who went and got the ball? it was Ryan Jack, and it was always forward, it was always positive, and it was always getting us going. And last but not least, I thought the two fullbacks once again were absolutely outstanding. BB's going to get a lot of the headlines because of the challenge and the way he stood up to that hostile environment, and rightly so. He was fantastic. But on the other side, Tavernier equalled them once again, in my personal opinion. I thought the two of them were outstanding. So that was my standouts in the game of football. But again, if you feel differently or if you want to discuss that further, the comment section is there. So let's discuss the football, ladies and gentlemen. I want to know your thoughts and opinions on that fantastic performance from Rangers. And while you guys are hopefully sharing your opinions down there in the comment section below, let's jump over to Twitter then and hear from the people. There's already been 1,671 votes. Thank you so much for getting involved. 14% votes for Kent, 17% votes for Bonnebear Barisic, 20% votes for Ryan Jack, but the far and away winner with 49% of the people's vote is Mr. Joe Aribo, and I completely agree with the poll. He was outstanding. Deacon Neil writes, oh my sweet 55. Now that's a performance of champions. Paul Stewart writes, Aribo was outstanding tonight, caused the Hibs defence all night, and his goal was simply sublime. Keemstar writes in, at times we were unstoppable. Excellent performance from Rangers. Lucia Vibrox writes in, what a performance from the famous. We ruled the show tonight, my man. For we were on top the whole game. Aribo was my man of the match. That boy is gold dust. Long may it continue. On to Boxing Day now. Good Crimbo, Prezi of the night. Merry Christmas to all the Bears. That's nice, mate. Oh, Merry Christmas. Hope you have a good one, brother. Thomas Lee writes in, thought BB responded very well to being halved. Batchy said, should be allowed 2 man of the matches because Jack always deserves a mention. Even when he's not playing at his best, he is different class. Batchy. Christopher writes in, Aribo top class along with Jermaine Defoe. Snake Harper writes in, fantastic team performance. Boys took a kick in for Hibs and kept going. Aribo was outstanding. One, if not his best performance in a Rangers shot. And the last one we'll read out comes from C Skills HD, another brother in blue, and he writes in, everyone was different class. Was a training session at times, to be honest. Jack, man of the match for me. He was solid as a rock in midfield. Saying that, Kent, Aribo, Tav, Arfield, Camera, BB and Katic were all class as well. An easy win for Rangers. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You've heard from the people, you've heard from myself. If you haven't done so already, we just smashed Hibs to pieces. What are you waiting for? But as always, I've been Siege over 92. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.